Happy New Year! Welcome back to First Take, exclusively on YouTube. Here with the Hall of Famer, Shannon Sharpe, and of course, the one and only Stephen A. Smith. I'm Molly. Guys, let's dive right in. So, SA, how about your Knicks making some money moves? So here's the deal. Over the weekend, New York acquired forward OG Anunoby in a trade that sent RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a 2024 second-round pick to the Toronto Raptors. So last night, OG made his NYC debut in front of a home crowd and took the challenge of guarding Wolves star Anthony Edwards, playing 35 minutes and scoring 17 points before fouling out. The day before the Anunoby trade took place, the Knicks' odds to win the NBA title were 50-1. The day after that trade, their odds increased to 40-1. Okay, so SA, here's what I want to know. Do you think the Knicks are stronger contenders in the East now?
No, I don't. I think they're a better team defensively. I think they're weaker offensively. And that's what this really comes down to. I don't have, Shannon, any problem per se with the trade, and meaning in acquiring OG Anunoby. He can shoot corner threes. He's at 44% this season. He's one of the better catch-and-shoot three-point shooters in the game. Certainly better at like 37.5%. Certainly better than RJ Barrett in that category. And he's a better defender. So I think when you look at it from that perspective and the fact that you'll take the ball, you'll put more opportunities in the hands of Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle offensively, fine. But we've already seen that Julius Randle is relatively limited come postseason time because he doesn't use his power game. He keeps jacking up too many jump shots, and I've told him about that. He needs to get to the hole more. He's a powerful dude. Take it to the rack. Having said all of that, the fact that you're going to elevate yourself defensively is going to be an excuse for Thibodeau to shorten his rotation, which is never a good thing. It's going to be an excuse for him to be somewhat limited offensively because he's going to rely on defense, and that's not going to work but so much against the likes of Boston and Milwaukee. And that, to me, is the measuring stick for this trade. Are you going to be better suited to beat Milwaukee and Boston? And that's not going to happen. And the one thing that I do not like, I did not like losing Quickley. I like him a lot. And I loved him. He's a runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year last year, coming off the bench, spark plug. He's got skills. He's got talent. He's going to be a starter in Toronto. I believe he's got a lot of potential. I'm going to miss him. But the Knicks have 8 first-round picks, or 11 picks overall, first-round picks overall in the next 7 years. Give some of them away and get me somebody like a Donovan Mitchell. Until that, I am not going to be overly excited about this deal. It doesn't make them worse, but it doesn't knock my socks off.
Yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't make them worse, but does it put them in front of Boston? Does it put them in front of Milwaukee? Does it put them in front of Philly? What it did do is it gave Thibodeau a premier defender on the wing, which he lacked. It also gives them now, all of a sudden, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, they get more opportunity because he's not a usage guy. RJ Barrett needs the ball. Quickly needs the ball. So now we get a guy that can catch and shoot, he can defend, and he doesn't take the ball out of Brunson and Julius Randle's hands. Now, the playoffs is a different story. We'll see what Julius Randle does, but like you said, he has come up small in the playoffs, and he needs to do better at that. Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. He's only so big. He can only give you so much. I like it, but like I said, at the end of the day, when you make moves, I'm thinking you're trying to say, okay, this is a move. This is a chess move that puts us in front of at best case scenario, what? You're the 4th best team in the East? You're not better than Boston. You're not better than Milwaukee. You're not better than Philly. And so for me, you like it. I mean, but how much better does OG make them after this trade?
Y'all all right. And it's a classic it's a classic example of guys, and I'm not knocking Leon Rose and William Wesley and all of these out Worldwide West and all of them. I'm not knocking them for it. But what I'm saying is you can tell there's a difference between people who are doing a good job to sustain their tenure, as opposed to people who are going for it and putting it on the line. And I have yet to see them do that. This is nice. You're not bad. You'll be in contention. You'll make the playoffs or what have you. But I'm waiting for the New York Knicks with all them damn picks to make the kind of move that says, oh, we going for it. And I haven't seen that yet.
If they make the move that you want with Donovan Mitchell, how does that decrease the production of a Jalen Brunson because you're going to take the ball out of his hands some.
Right.
How did that decrease the production of Julius Randle?
You look at it as decreasing the production. I look at it as saving them because the more onus you put on their shoulders, the more worn out they're going to become postseason time. Right. And Jalen Brunson, because of his size, even though I think he'll still find a way to be effective, but that combined with Julius Randle, that is not enough. You need a bona fide #1 scoring option, which neither of them are. Jalen Brunson has resembled it, and we saw how he performed against Miami in the postseason, particularly the closeout game.
Right.
But Donovan Mitchell is a bona fide #1 scoring option in the NBA.
Well, you do realize you get Donovan Mitchell, not Thibodeau going to just play his 5 starters 42 minutes a night.
That's a problem.
Stephen A, real quick before we get to Shannon's Lakers. So what would you say is their ceiling now?
The same as it was last year. You go to the conference semifinals and you go home.
Okay. Let's switch coasts and talk about Shannon's Lakers. So they haven't been the most consistent, losing back-to-back games over the weekend after coming up short against the Timberwolves on Bron's birthday and then getting blown out by the Pelicans. That was 129-109 New Year's Eve. So it hasn't been all sunshine in LA since winning that inaugural in-season tournament. They've gone 3-8, and their defense has been the problem, giving up over 120 points per game and more than 15 threes per game. So, Shannon, was winning the in-season tournament really fool's gold for the Lakers?
I don't think it was fool's gold, but I remember Stephen A. and I having a conversation. I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on it because it is something that the NBA instituted. It was going to be the inaugural event, and you want to win the first. There will be many after that, but no one can say they won the first except the Lakers. Now, I'm disappointed in how well they played the showing over since the tournament. LeBron and AD, I don't know what else they can do. AD's giving you 25 and 12 and a half, 2.5 blocks. LeBron is giving you 25, 7 and 7. They need a third option. I mean, Austin Reeves is giving you great production off the bench, but D'Lo hasn't stepped up. A few games he's played well, but when you look at Cam Reddish and you look at Vando, they got to give you more, Stephen. They're too much of the same guy, and for what they're giving you offensively, it's not like they're locking down the defensive end like an Alvin Robertson, like a Dennis Rodman, or like a Gary Payton. Right. So I'm asking myself, if I'm looking at them, I'm like, okay, you're only giving me 3-5 points a game. It's not like you're locking down the opposing guy that you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So do we really need both of those guys? I think you can, if you move one or the other, I don't think they're no worse for it. So, yeah, I'm disappointed, but I don't think it was fool's gold. They're better than where they were last year at this time. Remember, they were way under 500.
No, you can't go by that.
I can't. I did.
I'm going to tell you why you can't, and I won't let you, because it was before the trade. See, if you had this team and they were worse last year, but this year they're better, that's different. They made the trade before the deadline. They acquired Hachimura, and then in a later trade, they got Vanderbilt and D'Lo. Okay? So you kept the team together. Right. And now this year, after getting to the conference finals, okay, and exceeding expectations before getting swept by Denver, you got the offseason, you come into this season, you know Anthony Davis and LeBron James was talking and what kind of mission that they on. Well, guess what? They've backed it up. Yeah. LeBron has been balling. Anthony Davis is a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. He's averaging 25-12, like you said, 2.6 blocks. Shoot 55% from the field. By the way, 37.5% from three-point range. I'm looking at Anthony Davis playing out of his mind. He has been available. He's only missed 2 games. I'm going to lose the damn bet to you because apparently he ain't going to miss a bunch of games before Valentine's Day. So I got to give you credit in that regard. But that, to me, should elevate the level of shame the rest of the Lakers. Yeah. What are you doing? You know that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are giving you their all, and they're the cornerstones of the franchise. All you got to do is your job. Yeah. Somehow, some way, y'all ain't getting it done. I would move D'Lo because I'm tired of that. He just looks lackadaisical. I'm not accusing him of not giving effort. He just never seems like he's on the court going all out, and he certainly isn't a high-end producer most of the time. I got to find to get something for him. And Austin Reeves, I know, again, he hasn't been what we expected him to be, but I still believe in that kid. I think that we're seeing residue from participating in the summertime. Yeah. And I think that's worn on him a little bit, but I think he'll get it together. But they got to do something because Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, you kept the team together. They're supposed to be better than a 500 team.
And plus, you know, you signed Taurean Prince. I mean, he's jacking up 13 threes a game. And like I said, when you look at Prince, you look at Cam Reddish, and you look at Vando, they're basically the same guy. Mm-hmm. You don't need 3 of the same. Right. I need 1 can opener. Yeah. I don't need 3 can openers.
That's right.
How
about 3 can openers and none of them are great? And none of them are working. None of them are working ideally. How about that?
Yeah, I need a can opener. Give me a fork. Give me a spoon.
Yeah, you need a couple of blenders for all those protein shakes
Molly.
Stay swole. I get it.
Molly trying to show that she's in the kitchen sometimes.
No, she's not.
No, it was a joke.
We know it.
Shannon.
I was complimenting you.
This was my. whatever. You know what, Shannon?
See
You know
how
what
it's
I'm going to
empty?
start
See how it's
doing?
empty? She ate it already. She ate that stuff already.
Shannon, I'm going to start texting you pictures. You're going to start getting texted pictures of what I make for dinner. Because
you're not making anything.
You're starting to drive me nuts with this.
No,
I absolutely am.
You're telling Stephen A. and I something that it was a joke. We took it as that. We didn't think you actually cooked. We thought you cooked.
I actually thought that she did that. She bragged about being able to dabble in the kitchen. I actually thought that she did.
No. I don't think anybody in America is looking at Molly and said, oh, man, you know what? I think she might be a gourmet. On the low, she might be a gourmet chef.
I might be.
Shannon.
No.
Shannon.
No. Big N, big O. No.
Shannon.
Molly.
Shannon, we know people in common. You can ask them. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Okay. I'll leave it at that. So before we head out, Stephen A., what's your boldest NBA prediction for 2024?
I don't want to be held to this.
You have to be.
It's
fluid. But I reserve the right. I reserve the right to change my mind. But I got to tell you something right now. It would not surprise me at all if the Los Angeles Clippers were in the NBA Finals. The Los Angeles Clippers, led by Paul George, not Kawhi, even though obviously he's going to be there. Led by Paul George. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not sure about those two. But I believe in PG. And I'm telling you right now, him with Kawhi and Harden with Russell Westbrook being the Energizer Bunny off the bench.
Look, man, great.
Russ has been great. Russell Westbrook.
But you ain't seen Kawhi since Thanksgiving.
I know that. I did see him. I was out the other day.
Exactly. You saw him out there.
But I would tell you this. I'm not sleeping on the Clippers and their ability, if healthy, to win the West.
Well, you know what? You went bold in the West. I'm going to go bold in the East. I'm going to take the Sixers.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Sixers.
As presently constructed, or do they make a move?
They're going to make a move.
Okay.
But even if they don't make a move, somebody going to catch dealing with Joel Embiid because he's going to average in a playoff series. He'll average 40 and 10. He's averaging 35 right now, Stephen A.
Yeah.
So in a 7-game series, oh, yeah. Well, you got to go. Well, we know where you're not going.
Why she got her hand on her hip looking at you like that?
Yeah,
You got a hand on
your
imaginary.
up right now. I'm not even sitting in my chair.
We said you had your hand on your hip. We didn't say you was sitting.
Actually, I'm not mad at you because you paid off your bet, and I have great shoes on right now. So thank you, Stephen A.
Animals get mad. Humans get upset.
If UConn wins the national championship again, I'm just gonna up the stakes. Shannon, don't worry.
Looking to get more.
You're gonna get some nice photos, videos of dinner, food, things that you can't eat. Right. So don't worry about it. Okay?
Oh my goodness, Molly.
Yeah. You know what? You're
actually
really starting to bother me.
The shoes I got you would have been good with that suit.
The
shoes. I'm just saying.
All right. Hey guys, party's over. Thanks for watching. I need a break from the two of them. Be sure to watch First Take Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on ESPN. Be sure to check out more exclusive First Take debates on YouTube. Obviously, follow Stephen A. and Shannon on there as well for a ton of great content. Shannon, we'll see you in Houston. Travel safe. SA, I'll talk to you in the morning. Enjoy LA.